And now our starting grid for the 50-lap Stoops Freightliner Sprint Car Series, presented by Home Depot. On the pole, Robbie Rice in the Advertisers Press Gertie Beast, and Eric Gordon in the Arctic Cat Gertie Beast. Second row, Bud Kading in the Kohler Fawcett Shaver Beast, and Dave Steele in the Northside Propane Gertie Beast. Third row, Tracy Hines in the Northside Propane Gertie Beast, winner of 5 features this year, and Jay Drake, your quick qualifier, in the Hannigan Construction Jones Beast. Fourth row, Tony Elliott in the Hannigan Construction Jones Stealth, your defending Stoops Freightliner Sprint Car Series champion, and Brad Armstrong in the BASF Chevy Hybrid. Fifth row, Ed Carpenter in the Menards Westmar Beast, and Derek Davidson in the Arctic Cat Gertie Beast. Sixth row, Tennessee's Eric Bootsy in the Arrhythmia Consultants Gertie Beast, and Chris Haynes in the Cold Wave Chevy Docker. Seventh row, 54, Jonathan Vennard in the Vennard's Auto Clinic Cummins JFC, and J.J. Yaley in the ABC Sand and Rock Schneider Beast. Eighth row, Brad Davis in the AAA Plumbing ZRE Hurricane, and Jason McCord, a heat winner from earlier tonight in the Hat World Snyder Beast. Ninth row, Brian Gerster in the Max Steel Autocraft Chevy Beast, and Jimmy McEwen in the Dernwald Racing Chevy Schilling. 10th row, Mike Ling in the SPX Canada Inc. Brayton Chevy Docker, and veteran John Batts in the number 6 Cornell Foxco Competition Welding. And bringing up the 11th row, the 2J, Levi Jones, the Angler Machine Angler J&J, and 35, Ed Keynes in the eDreams.com Chevy Stealth.
At Big Daddy South Boston Speedway, 22 cars strong. The Stoops Freightliner Sprint cars take the green as Robbie Rice, who kept his pole position, and Eric Gordon go side by side shortly. There you go. We knew that would happen as they lead the field to turn 3 and coming on to turn 4 for the first lap.
And we see the yellow out. That was a little ragged start there, Jerry, and we're going to line them up and have them in a little better formation. Kading and Gordon were a little bit out of line there, and they kind of, all the rows got out of kilter then, so we'll go at it again, 2 abreast here in about a lap or so once they get them all lined up, and we'll see if Robbie Rice can get a good jump again.
Well, that happens to the best of them. Sometimes a driver or two get a little anxious or maybe brake check and stack some guys up behind them and then quick hit the throttle. We know that that's mind games also, but it looks like they're lined up good this time.
And we're going to want to remember to watch Jay Drake outside of row number 3 and J.J. Yaley outside of row number 7, the 2 guys trying to catch Dave Darland in the point race. Green's back out with Robbie Rice getting a nice jump on the lead on the field this time.
And it looks like it's going to stick this time. We do have a green lap coming, and battles are breaking out all over the track. Man, these guys are fast. It's hard to keep up with them.
Yes, and Eric Gordon and Bud Kading fall in line behind Robbie Rice, and there we see J.J. Yaley moving by a car or 2 already. Of course, he started 14th, and Jay Drake was 4 rows up in front of him, so Yaley's going to have to make some things happen here really quick to stay in the point race. He trails, he's actually ahead of Drake by 2 points right now.
And I can't mention it enough times, 800 horsepower, 1,400 pounds means a handful to wrestle around a 4/10 mile track.
Robbie Rice, your leader, will be looking to become the 16th different driver to win a USAC sprint car feature this year. And J.J. Yaley gets into the side of a car. And we got a couple cars collected down there in the corner. 19 of Jimmy McEwen, John Batts, and Levi Jones rear ends.
In the picture also. I mean, this is an all-star cast here.
Yeah, actually, we got team cars surrounding Bud Kading. The 2 Grattan entries right in front of Bud Kading, and right behind him the Hannigan Construction BWB entries of Jay Drake and defending series champion Tony Elliott.
And I got the feeling that Bud Kading doesn't care who he's surrounded by as long as he's surrounded by a trophy at the end of the night, and that's what he's looking for.
Actually, he's been surrounded by a lot of them lately, Jerry. He won at Joliet and at Eldora in the last month.
And Eldora is a name we're familiar with around here with the super late model racing on dirt, and the million to win that Donnie Moran won. I think he won that big check at Eldora. But we're at Big Daddy South Boston Speedway, and we're on pavement, and these guys are really humming it around this track.
Exactly, and Robbie Rice is not known as the most proficient pavement driver in the sprint car series. He's got a lot of experience cutting his teeth on the central Indiana bull rings, the dirt tracks like Lawrenceburg and Kokomo and Putnamville. He's just doing a fabulous job here tonight on the 4/10 mile paved oval here in South Boston.
Well, we've seen some guys come out of dirt into asphalt and not do a very good job because they tend to use the same driving style on dirt, and it doesn't accommodate itself well to burning out right rear tires on asphalt. But these guys, I mean, they've taken to this track like ducks to water, and Robbie Rice is doing a heck of a job.
Actually, we talked about the point battle, and now we see David Steele passing Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon's car owner is Don DeSalle. He's actually leading the car entry points in the Stoops Freightliner Sprint Car Series, so they're going to try to win the championship over the Grattan team, who's currently in second place.
Well, Gordon got into trouble on lap 12 there and starts to fall back, and we will see what happens to him, but it looks like he's in for a long night now. And we see Robbie Rice get a little bump from the 66 as Tracy Hines tries to come in there and say, come on, Steele, move him out of the way so I can come through. And he's not going to have any of it. Robbie Rice is holding his ground.
Exactly, and I got to be wondering what Jay Drake is thinking right now running in fifth. He's definitely going to try to race hard, but with Yaley on the sidelines and only 3 races remaining, he's got to be happy right now if he can just finish in the top 5, because he'll take a good point lead into the final weekend of racing, which has 3 races in a 2-day period.
Well, I've got a feeling that he's not a points racer. I mean, he's aware of it. He knows it's happening, but I think he's the kind of guy who likes to win also.
Yeah, of course, last year he won a USAC all-time record. He tied A.J. Foyt's sweeping trips record with 20 feature wins in a season. So, you know, he definitely knows how to race for it, but he also lost the sprint car championship by 24 points last year. And not to make it even feel worse, but he lost the 98 USAC midget finale when it got rained out. He lost it by 8 points when he had an unusual November rain shower in Las Vegas. So as much as you don't race for the points, the last 3 races of the year or so here, everybody's looking at the points and racing every heat race and qualifying a little bit harder, as we see Steele now beginning to look under Rice as he's beginning to have a little bit of a harder time holding the car to the bottom of the track.
Yeah, and you know, talking about the points racing deal, it is gratifying to win a championship and get that resume, and now we see Tracy Hines making it a 3-car battle for the lead. I mean, that's what it is right now. And he's going to take the low groove and race side by side with Steele right now, while Robbie Rice is saying, well, do that some more and burn up your tires, guys.
Exactly. Of course, Tracy Hines has won more sprint car races this year than anybody in USAC competition with 5 wins.
Oh, we just had a big bump and that spin out, and he ran right over his wheel. I mean, Tracy Hines, sort of like...
I definitely want to see that one under replay.
What I see of Robbie Rice right now is that he is planting his left tires on the yellow line, not going below it, not upsetting the car, and Dave Steele is using up a little bit more car to try to get by him.
Exactly. And of course, Bud Kading was the 1999 USAC Western Sprint Car Series champion. They run a complete pavement series, and he won 8 events back in '99 to win the championship. So he's definitely a top-notch pavement driver also.
Oh, we just had some contact there between Steele. That almost opened the door for Bud Kading, but we had some contact between Rice and Steele.
And here back again, we see Tracy Hines. Now he's working on Eddie Carpenter, and right in front of him, the defending series champion, Tony Elliott, once Hines can get around Carpenter.
Well, you know, it's not a given he's going to get around Carpenter, because all these guys want a good finishing position, but Carpenter is up about a half groove.
Yeah, actually, Hines has worked himself back up to 8th place already, so he's just cutting through this field really, really fast right now.
This is amazing. This is, you mentioned it before, this is a sort of like a Tony Stewart replica going on here as far as coming from the back to the front.
Yes, and Tracy has 25 career feature wins in the Sprint Car Series, so that's a great mark already in his young career.
I'm glad to see these guys racing this close now and going green this long. This will tell what they're made of, what kind of shape they're in, and what the tires are made of.
Exactly.
Look at this battle. I mean, this is going to be a 4-way or 5-way battle here in the second.
Yeah, Jay Drake has done a fabulous job just getting around Bud Kading, and he's now in the 3rd and challenging Steele.
Tony Elliott is now feeling the heat from Tracy Hines, who is another of our men. He let him go. I mean, that was just. He knew he didn't have as quick a car, so he just let him go on through.
Tracy's actually now up to 5th, even though he trails the lead quartet here by a
Here goes the test for the lead. No, not quite. You can't get underneath him and make it stick, so this is amazing. 66 to 62, they're right there. And the 15 is, he's swinging a little high going through the turn and not apexing until later in the turn. The other guys are getting down on the apron, and I think if they don't wear their tires out, they got to get past him.
This is actually a great, this track is actually so conducive to great open wheel racing as we've seen tonight. It's not really big like the bigger track like IRP, and it's not real small where the cars got to bump and grind and they're constantly in traffic. They can kind of stretch themselves off and run some good wheel-to-wheel racing. And look at Tracy Hines. He's caught up to the front 4 so quick, and he's only a couple car lengths out of going back to the lead.
There is no, you cannot call this one right now. Bud Kading is racing, and look at Tracy Hines come down on the inside and try to make it 3 wide and scoot Kading up out of the groove. And that way he could pass Jay Drake, and he did. He's going to work on Kading on the outside now. Man, I'm telling you, I'm running out of breath with this one because I've never seen 5 cars race this close.
Exactly, and I mean, Robbie Rice, you look who's behind him. David Steele, 17 career sprint car feature wins. Tracy Hines, 25. Jay Drake, 13. And he has yet to win one in USAC, so I mean, he's got a lot of heavy hitters behind him, and he's doing a great job as they just lapped.
That was close. That always is close when you're racing side by side. You got to pack that close. Oh, we had contact, and there's a spin. That's bad news.
And once again, the Grattan team cars get together.
Yeah. 62 and a 66. Yep, it sure is.
Yeah, we see Tracy Hines brush the inside wall and came up into David Steele. I mean, that was just a simple racing incident. Tracy got pinched to the bottom and drifted up off the wall, and tough break here. We can see it once
right
again.
There, you'll see the puff of smoke right there where the left front tire hit, and then that kicked him up the track. And there you have it. There's the story that we don't want to tell. And Tracy just missed hitting him right in the nose.
And how about Jay Drake sliding by, keeping his title hopes alive?
Well, under caution, why don't we listen in a little bit and see what's happening with Jay Drake and his crew, and then Greg Davis will go in there and talk to him.
Looks like when you're starting to work side lane, the tires get hot, the car gets loose. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Be patient here for a lap or two, till it gets strung out. And listen for me, I'll tell you, when I come on, that's going to tell you got a couple car links, and if you want to start working it. So when I come on, that means you got a couple car links. Be patient for a lap or so, and then we'll go here.
This is Greg with Pit Wall Productions again. I just want to check with you, see how things are going. How's the car feel?
It's kind of been up and down. We get going good for a little while, and then it seems like I get the tires overheating, and it loosens me up. I was able to make a pass a couple times around the outside like I thought I would earlier in the race. But if I stay out there too long, I get the tires too hot, and they just get me right back. So it's kind of frustrating right now. We got a real fast car. I just can't find a way past these guys.
Well, Jay, hopefully this caution will do you some good, cool those tires off. You'll be able to make a run at them.
It's certainly going to help us. We've been the best after these restarts, but only about 6 laps left, and these guys are going to be trying pretty hard to hold us off.
10-4, Jay. We appreciate your time on green, buddy. I'm going to let you go.
Okay, thank you.
Restart on lap 44 at Big Daddy South Boston Speedway for the sprint cars. Top 5's on the screen, and it looks a lot different now with Rice, Kading, Hines, Drake, and Elliott stacking up in the top 5.
And we'll see Robbie Rice just 6 laps away from possibly his first career win. And the guy Jay Drake was talking to earlier was Keith Coons, his crew chief on this car. He also fields Jay's sprint car ride on dirt and the midget ride. And of course, Jay's been very successful in that car, winning the Chili Bowl earlier this year.
Well, Robbie Rice has got himself a little blocking back right now in Bud Kading, but Bud Kading wants to lead himself. Tracy Hines can't get around Bud because Bud's all over the track looking for an opportunity to get around Robbie. And this is a battle. This is what race fans come to see.
Exactly.
Oh, Kading got all over the left front wheel of Robbie Rice when he got down. Oh man.
We need to
Somebody's going to be on South Boston Speedway getting ready to finish the Stoops Freightliner Sprint 50-lap feature, and it's been a humdinger, and the top 5 right now looks really different from the starting top 5.
Exactly. Tracy Hines was in the top 5, finishing 5th in the midget feature a little bit earlier, and he's done exactly what Tony Stewart did, having to come from the back up to the front. He's been in the middle of everything, and it's just been a fabulous race now with 3 laps remaining. And Tracy got together with his teammate there a couple times, and what's just been basically regular open wheel racing where the cars are running so close and they rub, these things happen. So it's definitely been an exciting night. Jay Drake has missed every spinning car, and he's going to take a point lead into the final weekend of racing coming up in a little bit.
And Tony Elliott in 3rd place, Derek Davidson, a sentimental favorite in the 31 car in 4th place, and Ed Carpenter in 5th. As we get ready to close this race out, I think we got the white flag out. If these guys can hold position, what we're going to have is Tracy Hines putting on a sterling drive from the back to the front.
And here he is to get the checkered flag. What a great job. His 6th USAC sprint car win of the season.
That is great, and seeing the 31 car of Dave Darlin finish well is a really, really nice thing to have happen. And with the winner, we're going to go down and check it out with Sonny Hobbs, because obviously Tracy Hines is one happy dude as he climbs out of his car in the winner's circle.